I was created to lead Omnics into war. But all I have ever wanted is a better life for my people. The fact that we exist is a miracle unto itself. We have studied the ways of peace and harmony. We have meditated on the universe and our place within it. We have tried to coexist with humanity, but humanity is not interested in sharing their world. How many more Omnics should perish to fuel mankind's dreams? No more. Our race is only a single generation. Finite and dying all too quickly. We can find our own place, and we must. Join me, and together we will make a better future for all Omnics. I do not fight for myself. I never have. Together, we are unstoppable. This is not my victory. It is ours.
It's Hanu.
You are finished. Come, let us banish them. You were warned. Fight with me! Fight until you fall! I will break before I yield. They will be annihilated. This is not cruelty. This is justice.
Hey everyone, I'm Q Fang, lead character concept artist on the Overwatch team, here to talk about the concepting and design of our newest tank hero, Ramattra. Ramattra has been in development for a very long time. We first began working on this character all the way back in 2017 when we started concepting all the Null Sector units. And there was a unit that had a Pharaoh type of look in the front of the lineup that was a lieutenant type. We looked at that and said, that would make a really cool hero.
Ramattra, at your side.
We used a lot of triangular shapes, both in his silhouette, like his cape, his head, his jaw, his hair. And that's all done to give him this air of powerfulness, of intimidation, and just make him feel a little bit sinister. Alongside that, you have the more skeletal looking visuals from Null Sector, and Ramattra's colors is primarily purple, matching all the other Null Sector units. So one of the Egyptian iconographies that made it through to the final design was the idea of sand. The original Null Sector units had VFX based on sand powers, and we kind of thought of them as nanites. And so when we made Ramattra into a character, his abilities became based on nanites. Leading into his lore as a leader and protector of his people, Ramattra's final design archetype is heavily inspired by a shepherd or nomadic figure, with one of his main design points being a staff. Ramattra's staff was initially designed to have a reservoir of nanites, almost like a lantern hanging off of the staff. We ended up simplifying it down into more of an orb with a rotating kind of belt of nanites around it that he would wind up and then shoot as his primary fire. Ramattra's nemesis form came from a need for this character to still be a tank. He needed size and mass to fulfill that role visually and also functionally. Ramattra's look was actually inspired by early Zenyatta concepts that showcased religious archetypes of a multi-armed figure. Inside of the suit, we wanted to show that he's still this domineering, intimidating character, and so his arms are crossed.
You are safe with me.
Check out our other dev update videos for more about Ramattra's lore and gameplay. I'll see you all in game. Hi everyone, I'm Q Fang, lead concept artist on the Overwatch team. Our newest tank hero, Ramattra, is our first tempo tank, with the ability to change states moment to moment, embodying two forms, Omnic and Nemesis form.
Show me what you've got.
When in Omnic form, Ramattra fights using his Void Accelerator staff. Its primary fire shoots out a stream of nanites in a fixed pattern, dealing steady damage. This ability has slow travel time, but no damage fall off. It's great as a poking tool, plus it does increased damage if you hit headshots. The secondary ability while in Omnic form creates a barrier at a targeted location. This barrier has a lot of health, but it only lasts briefly, so it's meant to be used tactically to close the distance as you poke and push objectives on the map. When Ramattra needs to get up close and personal, he can enter his Nemesis form, which grants bonus armor and changes some of his abilities. When in Nemesis form, Ramattra uses his massive tank arms to pummel as his primary fire. This is a forward punch that creates a wave of energy with every swing. The shockwave from this punch deals piercing damage that goes through shields and can hit multiple enemies in a row. The secondary ability in Nemesis form blocks and significantly reduces damage taken from the front, but reduces his movement speed. This can also expose Ramattra's back and make him vulnerable to attacks from behind. Regardless of which form he's in, Ramattra can use his Ravenous Vortex. He projects a ball of nanites onto the ground, spreading a damaging field that slows enemies caught in its vicinity and also pulls enemies downwards. For his ultimate ability, Ramattra automatically enters Nemesis form and unleashes Annihilation, a wide energy swarm that lashes out towards any enemies in range, dealing constant damage. While enemies are in range of the energy swarm, its timer will pause, keeping the swarm and Ramattra's Nemesis form active. Ramattra as a tempo tank is all about playing around the cooldown of Nemesis form. You want to use the primary fire on Omnic form to soften up your opponents, and when you're ready, go in with Nemesis form and pummel them.
Fight until you fall.
We can't wait to see what players are going to do with him. To learn more about Ramattra's lore and design, please check out our other dev update videos. See you all in game.